Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, what's my brethren in America and in the UK, and we're going to talk about the big heavyweight fight coming up in less than a month between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Latest developments, latest news and quotes from the Deontay Wilder himself. Okay, so I got two articles here in front of me, both boxing.com. I'll leave them in the description so you can come to your own surmise. And basically, man, like Deontay Wilder, you know, first of all, let me preface everything I'm going to say about Deontay Wilder by saying that I actually like Deontay Wilder. Funny enough, it was about a year ago around this time that I actually paid my hard-earned money to go watch this man fight, unlike most of his own fans. So, shout out to Deontay Wilder. It was a great night. I got to watch him beat the hell out of Stavern. It's probably one of the funnest nights of sports in person I've ever seen. So, no, I'll never forget that. So on that alone, I'll always like Wilder, but I call a spade, man. The dude has trainers and people around him that he pays them for what reason I don't know. Because literally, like, I got one article here in front of me where basically Deontay Wilder says he doesn't know what Fury's weaknesses are. Now, how the hell are you supposedly a guy that's been studying this guy for 3 years and you a boxer, and you don't know what the hell his weaknesses are? Now, I know we could joke around like people in these comments in boxing scene. They say, well, we all know what Fury's weaknesses are. You know, nandrolone, alcohol, kebabs. You know, they say those are weaknesses. But, like, here's what Wilder said. Here's what he said. I quote, I don't know what Fury's weaknesses are. I've never dealt with anyone who possesses what he has. I train for anyone as if they were the champion. That's what keeps me sharp and gets me up in the morning. I know there are a lot of hungry lions who want my spot. We're just accomplishing what we've set to do. Everything that we're preparing for, I want to execute and more. I'm going to do things he doesn't expect me to do. I'm going to be following around him. I'm not going to be following around with the right hand. That's stupid. There are a lot of things that are going to be a surprise to him once he steps into the ring. Everybody witnesses it when they fight me. I love it when they talk about just my right hand. If that's what they're talking about, then that's what they're preparing for and looking for, and that's when my surprises come. And that's it. So he said all that, right? So, like, I mean, I've always said, and you guys admit, those who've been following me for any amount of time heard me say that once you, especially in boxing, probably more than anything else, when you have 30 or 40 fights in, you know, once you bake a cake, it's a damn cake. And that basically means once a guy is accustomed to fighting a certain way, he is more than likely not going to change that way he fights. So Deontay Wilder, I mean, I've watched so many of his fights, and this guy literally fought the same way every fight, regardless of the opposition. He's fought the same way. You know, has a decent jab. I'll give him a little credit. You know, his boxing fundamentals have slightly improved with time. You know, and he's learned to command distance slightly better as the years have went on. But he's not really changing too much going into the Fury fight. So he doesn't know what Fury's weaknesses are. And then in another article, a separate one, he says that he's going to strategize with Vladimir Klitschko before his fight with Fury. So you're going to strategize with the guy you blatantly ducked and the guy that fought Fury for 12 rounds, and for 12 rounds was gun shy and just ultimately refused to throw any sort of punches up until the 12th round. But here's what he said about Klitschko. He said this: "We're just going along," and this is Wilder says. He said, "We're just going along with what we know, but that's something that we may do. I won't say that it's something I automatically do, but I'd be lying if I said that. But that's something my trainer JD's might find interest in. Klitschko probably wouldn't even want to talk about it though. So yeah, I mean, he didn't really say too much about it, but basically it's like, basically saying he wants to talk to Vladimir Klitschko to create this winning formula on how to beat Tyson Fury, when Klitschko himself fought Fury for 12 rounds and did jack shit against Tyson Fury. He sat there and turned in probably one of the worst performances of his career against Fury and looked completely outclassed. So you don't know what Fury's weaknesses are. You say all of a sudden you're going to change, but we all know that's not true. And then you want to strategize with the guy you ducked that also lost to Fury about how to beat Fury when he's never done it in the first place. So that's like, you know, it's like this guy I was watching on Instagram earlier today. He was talking about like when they like when sex ed teachers teach kids about like sexual education, but they never had sex. It's like how are you going to teach kids about sex when you never had sex? It's like, come on, like you can't teach Tyson Deontay Wilder how to beat Tyson Fury when you never did it yourself, and when you weren't even competitive in the damn fight, so you can't even tell how to be competitive because you weren't even doing it yourself. So Deontay Wilder's all kinds of messed up. I mean, and it just seems like to me like he's paying his trainers for nothing. You know, Mark Breland, you know, JD's, all these guys, they're not really it's their job to inform him what his weaknesses are. So either he's just playing stupid or he really is that stupid. It's one of the two. And I don't want to assume that he's stupid because that would just be rude and impolite. So we'll assume that he's just saying this in the article, and we'll assume that, you know, the Klitschko thing is like he's just saying that. I don't think they're actually gonna do it, but regardless, man, like Deontay Wilder, you know, it's gonna be an interesting fight, man. We'll leave it at that. I don't really have much more to say other than that, but I'm just saying, like, man, like you gotta know at least what I mean. Obviously, he has to know what Tyson Fury's weaknesses are. Like, if you've been trash talking him for more than 5 years, you've had to have watched a couple of his fights, which I'm sure you have. And if you're a boxer yourself, I mean, I would assume that you know a little bit about boxing. But, you know, if you watch the Mayweather Boxing Channel, what you'll come to find out a lot about boxers, believe it or not all boxers. I'm not trying to disrespect fighters because I have the utmost respect for fighters, but I'm saying when it comes to actually analyzing other people's fights and breaking other people's fights down, they ultimately don't know shit about boxing. It's ridiculous. Like it's actually kind of like insane to me. But sorry, that's the news. Tyson Fury, or not Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, basically saying that like he doesn't know what Tyson Fury's weaknesses are, and that he may go strategize with the great Vladimir Klitschko on how to defeat Tyson Fury, even though he's never did it himself or came close to doing so. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What exactly do you think of this? What do you make of all this? Is there anything to make of it? Let me know in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single video, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just giving Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.